Last one we did this thing at the bottom where we had a contact me button and we had this large red bar at the bottom that says contact me in white. But if you think about it, we were trying to get a button. How do I get a button? Well, there's several ways to do that. I'm going to show you one here. And it's going to be in the form, I'm going to keep the words contact me, and I'm going to get rid of the H3 style. All right. Instead, I'm going to open it with a different tag, and that is going to be an anchor tag, which starts with the letter A and gives me an href, okay, hot reference of, and we equal that, and we put our equal with our quotes. And here I'm just going to put a number sign, and that just is a placeholder. Later on, I'll come in and I'll fill that in with something else. So I've got my href, and now I'm going to close it with a closing anchor tag, which is just a closing A. All right. So we've got our opening anchor tag, our contact me, and our closing anchor tag, which gives us that familiar blue underlined text. But remember, we wanted that to be a color, and we wanted it to be a button. So in this case, I'm going to give it a style, and I'm going to do a few different styles here. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to give it a padding. No, let's give it, I think it's margin. Margin with colon, and I'm going to give it 10 pixels. So do that, and I'm going to now give it a background color of C4, 1, 2, 3, 4, within a semicolon. I got to remember to put that number sign in front. Okay, let's see what that looks like so far. So we've got that. Oh, you know what? It's red, and I'm noticing that margin might not be the correct one. So I come down here and I want padding instead. Let's try padding. And if I do that, you notice now I've got a little extra space. All right, that blue text on that red is a little hard to read, so I'm going to make it white text. So I'm going to say color, colon, number sign, and I'm going to do 6 letter Fs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 with an end semicolon, and we'll notice that we've got contact me. All right. Now, if you want it to look a little more button shaped, you can add some border styles. So we'll do border. We'll do border radius, and we'll do that as, let's say, 8 pixels. So now we've got that familiar round shape. And lastly, we can do text, align, center. And now we should have, oh, it's not centered. So if that doesn't work, maybe what's another way we could center it? Wait a second. Remember up here, we had this center tag. Well, I'm going to copy that one. I'm going to go here to my ahref right here, and I'm going to put center at the beginning, and I'm going to put a close center at the end. All right. Now let's clean this up just a touch so that I have my ahref, I have my contact me, I have my end anchor tag, and then I have the end center. And let's scroll down. Yep, we got our contact me button right here. Now we are able to later on put where we want that contact to go, whether we want it to send an email or whether we want it to go to, let's say, a Facebook page or something like that. But this would be our button. So let's break down what our styles are again. We used a padding, that padding of 10 pixels, and you can change that to 100 pixels if you want. Look how big this button's about to get. Check that out. Okay, we're going to change it back to 10 pixels. So we've got this contact me button with a 10 pixel padding that puts 10 pixels from the far edge to this edge, 10 pixels here to the top, 10 pixels from the bottom to the bottom of the red, and 10 pixels on the far right-hand side. Okay, we've got a background color. All right, our background color is the red that I chose, which I just happen to know is a darker red, and then the color of the text is white, and then a border radius which gave us that corner rounded of 8 pixels. Well, what happens if I change it to, I don't know, 20 pixels? Well, we start to get a pill shape. And if we go to something like 4 pixels, they'll start to be a little bit more squared off, right? So I chose 8 to pronounce that rounded color or rounded corner. So we've got that. And now I have a button at the bottom with my text. And remember, the last thing was that border radius of 8 pixels. Remember, we've got the thing we're trying to affect. We have a colon. We have what amount we're trying to do or what color, and then we end it with a semicolon. So it's style, colon, and then amount or modifier, semicolon. And you can just keep adding those occasionally. Some of them conflict with each other. But this is a great way to start to style your biography, all right? So go and try these out.